Okay. Okay, my name's Lillian, obviously, because I own the page. I go by Lily, or Evil Princess, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I go by a whole bunch of names. I'm here to tell you that about life, because that's my video for today, is to talk about life, especially mine. People tell me they don't see why I say life sucks. I have a wonderful life because I have a car, and I have a driver's license, I have a phone, but that's what you see. You don't see what really goes on. You just see the nice things that I have. Well, I'm here to tell you, life ain't all easy peasy like everyone else is telling you that it is. It actually does suck. I'm gonna tell you from the time before I was born that I was told till now. I am now 16, almost 17 years old. So, here goes. Before I was born, Mom met my dad, and she was just going through her forced marriage divorce, and she had met my dad, and my dad seemed really cool and nice and stuff. And I was basically a backseat accident. I wasn't supposed to come. My mom was in Oklahoma at the time and then moved back to Texas, and my dad refused to come to Texas with her. So I didn't get to really know much of my dad. My mom tried to contact my dad the day I was being born, and throughout the whole entire pregnancy, I told my dad everything that was going on. My mom tried to contact my dad, and he told his wife told my mom to never contact again and never call him and stuff like that. So my mom would start raising me on her own. I was only about maybe 2 months old or so, and she met my brother's dad, James. And they became really close, and I grew up thinking, hey, this is my dad. But I didn't understand why he didn't really want to hang out much with me, but he'll hang out with my younger sibling, my brother and my older sister. At that time I didn't know. All I thought was, hey, this is my dad, and that's probably how dad and daughters act and stuff like that. When I was about 8, my mom and my dad, well, my brother's dad, finally divorced. And he didn't really want to see much of me, but he'd see much of his son. And that was hard on me because I didn't understand what's going on. My mom told me that he wasn't my real dad, and then introduced me to my real dad. My mom told me I used that against her until I was about 13. And my real dad told me when I was 12, after being in my life for a couple years, that he didn't want anything to do with me because causing too much drama in his family and stuff like that. So around the time about when I was 12, and we were already living in Burleson, I made some friends. Well, I didn't go to school in Burleson because I couldn't stand it. I was pulled out in 6 weeks, and when by the time I was people I met were really good people. I mean, some of them were, but not all of them. I met this one guy, and he was a pothead. I didn't want to believe anyone. I didn't think he was. I think he was a good guy. I'd fallen in love with him a couple times. The time I moved, he was one of my friends, and then I moved out of the neighborhood. And when I moved out, I came over one summer to my friend's house, and we went over there and we hung out, and we asked him if he had a cigarette, and we were smoking. But literally, I know that the cigarette was actually weed, and I was smoking weed for the first time when I was 12. Didn't even know it. when that all happened, and I was homeschooled for 3 years. When I was 13, I was sexually assaulted in the summer of 2013, so I was 14 or 13. No, I was 14. But I was 13 when I met the guy, and I had known him for a while, and I trusted him. And I let him come over to my house without my mom knowing. The guy was 27 years old and was a stupid 14-year-old, and he came to my house and he sexually assaulted me. And I didn't want to do anything. He still did it. He was arrested by the end of December of that year, and then our trial didn't start till September, and he was tried. He's now in prison for the rest of his life. When I was then at the time when I turned 15, when the trial finally started in September, I was already 15. But at the time, my cousin / best friend came to live with me, named Haley Slaughter. Yeah, her and her family did, but they screwed us over. They stopped talking to us, and they stole a lot of shit from us. And that was after us putting the kindness of hearts and gave them somewhere to live when they were homeless. So Then when again then they moved out in October 2014. Yeah. 2015 came around and I went back to public school after being homeschooled for 3.5 years, and I met some of my friends now. I wasn't really the most positive person. I looked at negativity in life because of what I've gone through and all that stuff. People told me that I need to get over it, but I had to develop PTSD from the fact when I was sexually assaulted and stuff like that. One of my friends that are no longer my friend, he, towards the end of the year, tried to get me to do things. I told him to stop because he said I was messing with him because I wouldn't go out with him. So on and so forth. And I told him to stop, and he wouldn't stop. So I tried to commit suicide at the end of the school year. And obviously that didn't work, but I have the scars. It's just to prove it. But I'm kind of glad it didn't work. Went out and had met my friends this year. School started back up in August, and I met one of my friends, and at first how we met was one of his exes told me that he was fucking with her and had videos of her that she didn't want out, and he threatened to put them online and stuff like that. So I cussed him out and told him to stop, and we almost got to a fight after school, but my friend said no, that's not happening, and got in the way and told the fishy freshman to fuck off. But now me and him are best friends. So yeah, and that leads to me. I'm already 16 by the time, so And my whole entire life I was pretty much bullied. When I was 5th grade, one of the reasons I stopped going to school was because people had already told me I was worthless and I didn't belong in this world, and I was just a mistake. Flip right. And when I was in 4th grade, I was being abused by this dude named Christian. He was abusing me. Like, I'd come home almost every day with bruises all up down my leg. And no matter how many times the principal told the bus driver I could not sit by the kid, the bus driver still forced me to sit by him. Sad day. Okay, so back to this year. For Christmas break, I had gone out with my best friend, and that we didn't really work out. So I didn't go out with him. I had fallen in love with him. So it was hard for me to get over him, and I still not over him. And I missed a couple things. My mom married, after divorcing my brother's dad, my mom married a guy named Chris. They've been together for 9 years. And before the year my sister, they found out they were pregnant with my sister, and a month before she was born, they found out, diagnosed, he was 50 at the time, they had diagnosed him with Alzheimer's. And 2014, we had to put him in a nursing home. We had to start looking for nursing homes so we could put him more in the nursing home. About 2015, we found a nice nursing home for him and stuff. But by that time, he didn't even know who I was. And he was the guy that I looked up to as a father. And now he's gone. Not gone, but doesn't even remember who I am. I don't know. He just really impacted my life. And when he went downhill, I started going downhill again, and I didn't want anything to do with life. And I still don't. During summer, Christmas break, I tried to be happier, and I guess it didn't work. And we went back to school in January, and I dated a girl who was really kind and sweet and loving, and I loved her. Or at least I thought I did. Until I found out a whole bunch of stuff, and I didn't want her to be around anymore, and I kind of told her I didn't want to date her anymore because, I felt like I was a nuisance to her. And then, we broke up around February after going out, but I had gone out with my best friend again before I went out with her. It is now the month of March, and we are now in the present. 2 days ago, I was talking about stupid things, and I was saying, can I die, and being really negative. And that caused my best friend's sister to hate me and tell him to not talk to me anymore. But kind of hurt me. I was hoping to find a way. Obviously, she won't even open up to an idea. To find a way that anything. Last night, I realized that I'm not the most fun, positive person to be around, but I want to try to be a fun, loving person, and I want to actually go on in life and get married and have kids. So I decided yesterday that obviously I'm not a very positive person and that I wanted to change. So I've decided and posted on my Facebooks that I'm changing. And you want to know why? Because I'm in a position where it's whether life or death, and I've chosen life. I've opened my eyes where I've realized I didn't need people to tell me who I can and can't be friends with, who I can and can't hang out with, because I'm me. I'm taking control of this crazy roller coaster of life. Christ is my savior, and I know he wouldn't like who I am today. So I'm begging for forgiveness from him and opening up to change, and I'm changing my outlook on life. All this negativity has got me nowhere, and it's taking my friends, and I'm almost 17, and I don't need people to control me. If you don't like it, then I'm gonna be more positive, then you can gladly exit my life, and I'm sorry. But that's who I truly am. I found out that yesterday when I really looked into it, that I'm truly a positive person if I tried, that things could get better. And I'm not saying life is peachy and just being positive will make it peachier, because that's not my intention, because life does suck. But if you look in positive, sometimes it gets better. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that life will get better if you try hard enough. And if you try hard enough, then you get things you want. you'll get to die your dreams. You'll get the person that you've fallen in love with that you don't want to let go, no matter how many times it tells you to. You'll get people to love you more, not hate you and bully you. So, what I'm saying is, yeah, life sucks, but you gotta look on the positive side. Yeah, my life sucks. I'm going through shit now. My brother's dad came back into our lives for 3 years, and now is leaving again to go back to an abusive life. He chose the wife over his own children, and he left his only daughter, biological daughter, here with us. She's like my sister now. She's always been like my sister, but still. So that's all I have for y'all today. So I hope y'all like my testimony speech, whatever. This is what I put on life. I'm gonna try to be more positive. I'm gonna make a different Facebook page, and I'm going to add people that agree with me to life change. Thank you. Bye.